Welcome to the itdvds.com YouTube channel. This is just a sample of the training available at itdvds.com. If you would like to see complete training, please go to itdvds.com. Now let's begin the sample. We're going to be using the Exchange 2010 with Service Pack 1 installer when we go to install Exchange 2010. Now because we're using the installer with Service Pack 1, we can actually install the required role services and features during the installation. All we have to do is check a box, and this is by far the easiest way to install the required role services and features. Now, let's say you're installing Exchange 2010 with just the regular Exchange 2010 installer that does not include Service Pack 1. Well, then you need to install the role services and features manually or via a script. And they have scripts out there that will help us do this. And actually there are XML files that we can use in conjunction with a command that will install the required role services and features. So we don't have to go through and manually check every box in Server Manager to add the required features and role services. So let's take a look at where to find these. I'm going to go to technet.microsoft.com/en-us/library/bb691354.aspx. And this will take us to our Exchange 2010 prerequisites page. If we scroll down, we can see our various prerequisites depending on what operating system we're installing Exchange on. Here's the Windows Server 2008 with Service Pack 2 prerequisites, and here's the Windows Server 2008 R2 prerequisites. I'm just going to expand the R2 prerequisites out. And if I scroll down a bit, you can see that we've got some PowerShell here that we can actually run to install all the role services and features that we need for the different roles, the different Exchange roles that we're going to be installing. It says this example is for a server that will have the typical installation of a client access, hub transport, and mailbox server, and that's actually what we're going to be installing. So if I wanted to install that, and I was installing from the regular Exchange 2010 installer, I could just click the button to copy the code, go to the Start menu, Administrative Tools, open up our Windows PowerShell modules, and paste in the code and hit Enter. And it would go ahead and install everything we need. So pretty easy. They really made it pretty easy. If you're using Windows Server 2008 with Service Pack 2, then let me just expand that out. You can see the commands can be a little bit different. With this one, we're going to use the Server Manager CMD, and it's going to use XML files. And these XML files are actually on the installer. And you can see that they're at Setup, Server Roles, Common. So if we go to explore our installer DVD that I've inserted. Let's go to Setup, Server Roles, Common, and we'll just scroll down. There you can see Exchange-CAS is going to install the role services and features for your client access server. This one's for your Edge server. This one's for your hub transport, mailbox, and unified messaging. One thing I did notice is that the typical XML file that is shown here is no longer on the installer DVD. So you can see the other commands here that specify the various XML files that we just saw. So those are the best ways to do it. But again, if we're using Exchange 2010 with Service Pack 1 installer, we can just install the role services and features from the installer. And we'll see how to do that.